QX80 selection. The QX80, owned today for $58,900, plus free scheduled maintenance. Infinity Stewart, Federal Highway, Stewart.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
It is 6:29 on a Wednesday morning. We continue to follow breaking weather news this morning. A dense fog advisory is in effect for all of Palm Beach County.
You may need a couple of extra minutes to drive to work or school this morning. Meteorologist Glenn Glazer and Holly Davis are here to help you out. Let's start with Glenn.
Yeah, it started as a dense fog advisory for inland Palm Beach County, and then before 5 o'clock this morning, National Weather Service expanded it all the way to the coast in Palm Beach County. We also had some dense fog up along parts of the Treasure Coast. No advisories have been issued, but there are some spots of very poor visibility there as well. In the red on Live Viper 5 Max, South Florida's most powerful radar, you're seeing areas where visibility is less than 1/4 of a mile in spots. So please be careful from Lake Okeechobee all the way over to Palm Beach and up into Martin County. And look at this, up in Indian River County, too. Some areas of poor visibility. Here's your most accurate bus stop forecast to get those kids out the door, keep them back from the curb this morning. Very, very poor visibility. We want those kids to stay safe. Sunrise, 6:47 this morning. Our temperatures will be near record highs today. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. Holly?
This is a time when we normally hear from Johan and Chopper 5. It's so foggy out there. Chopper 5 can't even get off the ground. Look at it, just sitting right there, bored, ready to fly. Not this morning, though. Let's look at one of our live traffic cameras right now. This is Forest Hill Boulevard Military Trail. You can see that fog definitely overhead. FHP reporting no major accidents, though, on 95 or the Turnpike this morning. Real quickly, let's compare this traffic camera to one in the Treasure Coast. This is going to be I-95 at State Road 70 in Fort Pierce. Not too bad there. We've been keeping an eye on that for you. Also keeping an eye on the fog this morning is Jamel Lene. Jamel, what are you seeing out there?
Well, good morning, Holly. We just turned south on Forest Hill Boulevard from Southern Boulevard. As you can see, the fog is very thick in this area. We will continue to drive through Wellington to check out the road conditions in this area, and then we'll check back in with you guys coming up within the next 30 minutes. That's the latest here. I'm Jamel Lene for WPTV News Channel 5.
And if you live in one of those neighborhoods with a dense fog advisory, then you should have gotten an alert on your smartphone with our Storm Shield app like I did and John did. It's the best way to get your weather alerts. Download it this morning if you don't have it so you don't miss the next alert. Just go to WPTV.com for the link to it.
Now to the Honda Classic. You know, the fog is making it a little difficult for golfers getting ready for today's Pro-Am. Tiger Woods and other golfers are teeing off for a practice round in about 15 minutes. News Channel 5's Chris Stewart is live in Palm Beach Gardens, where everyone is hoping to get a good look at the world's top-ranked player, but the fog might make that hard. Chris?
Well, we're out here on the practice, the driving range here at PGA National. I'll get out of the way so you can see two of the top golfers in the world right now warming up. There is Phil Mickelson, who just came out probably about 3 minutes ago to get his first warm-up reps, and right next to him is Tiger Woods. Both of them dealing with some difficult conditions right now with the fog, the ball just disappearing at almost the second it goes right up into the air. Both these guys going to be playing in a practice round. Their tee time set for 6:45 this morning. Tiger Woods on the first tee, Phil Mickelson on the 10th tee. Now, I just spoke with the contact that we have here at the Honda Classic because the big question right now is, will the fog affect these tee times? He told us he did not know. We haven't heard yet whether or not these tee times would be delayed. Certainly we'll hear that as we get closer, just about 15 minutes now, to when these tee times will happen for both Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods in this practice round. The Pro-Am happening later today. The tee times for that at 12:30. Certainly a big crowd on hand right now, getting a good look at two of the biggest names here at the Honda Classic and two of the best golfers in the world. We're live here at PGA National. Chris Stewart, WPTV News Channel 5.
Be sure to stay with News Channel 5 for continuing coverage of the Honda Classic. Honda Celebrity Pro-Am starts today. Regular tournament play begins tomorrow, with the last two rounds airing this weekend right here on News Channel 5. Be sure to tweet us any pictures you take using the hashtag AMCrew.
Help is on the way for the Indian River Lagoon. The South Florida Water Management District is going to start working on an area to clean water coming from Lake Okeechobee. The area will take the water and then remove phosphorus and nitrogen from it before it goes into the lagoon. Work on the $95 million project gets underway in October. It should be finished by 2017.
We're waiting on funeral information for polo great and Wellington resident Carlos Gracida. He died after a polo accident yesterday afternoon in Wellington. Another player hit Gracida's horse in the head with a polo mallet. That spooked the horse, which knocked Gracida off. The horse then rolled on top of him. Gracida passed away in the intensive care unit at Delray Medical Center. He was 53 years old.
Our newsroom is waiting for more details from the Stewart Police Department on breaking overnight news. Stewart Police investigating what led to 2 people being shot in the city overnight. Our newsroom just did talk to the police department about an hour ago. We're told the people were shot off Tarpon Avenue at about 3 this morning. They both got to Martin Memorial a half hour later. Still a very active investigation. Both victims now at Longwood Regional. One is a trauma patient, but both listed in stable condition.
Only on 5, a local police officer who was seriously hurt in a crash is opening up now about what he remembers and about his road to recovery. Boynton Beach police officer Richard Webster is surprising his family and friends with just how quickly he is bouncing back from this horrible crash on Southern Boulevard. It happened Friday. Officer Webster was driving home from his shift early in the morning on Friday to Royal Palm Beach. Investigators with PBSO say another driver, 31-year-old Jacob Greisen, rear-ended Webster, and that sent his car into this line of palm trees in the middle of the road.
It was coming at a high rate of speed, so I just kind of braced for impact. There was nothing I could do.
The other driver had minor injuries. Investigators say he may have been impaired by either alcohol or drugs. So far, no charges have been filed.
Breaking weather news 6:35. A dense fog advisory remains in effect for all of Palm Beach County. Visibility less than a quarter of a mile in spots. We'll have an update on that and the rest of your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
And driving from Jupiter into West Palm this morning, we are adding a little bit of time on your commute. Plan on 20 minutes this morning.
And our live drive cam is on Forest Hill Boulevard. You can see the dense fog in this area. You can see traffic starting to build. So please keep the low beams on, allow a little extra distance between cars, and please keep in mind you've still got bikers on the roads in the fog this morning. Please be extra careful out there. You're watching Today on 5. We're coming right back.
A Contact 5 investigation. Cruises. They're all fun and games until something like this happens. Or this. The Contact 5 investigators Dan Krauth shows you crimes on cruise ships in a way no one has before. We found all these crimes reported at Florida's 5 major ports.
So why are the cruise lines only reporting this many?
If this had happened at a 7-Eleven, this man would have been arrested.
See what we uncovered about your safety on board tonight on News Channel 5 at 11, followed by The Tonight Show.
It's Empire's Buy One, Get Two free sale.